Good evening, welcome to Washington. I'm Brett Baer. When it comes to climate change, it appears we will not always have Paris. President Trump announced a short time ago the U.S. will withdraw from the agreement signed on to by President Obama. The move crosses off another item from candidate Donald Trump's campaign to-do list. And while the move has its supporters on Capitol Hill, in small business, in big business, in the states most affected, it has also enraged a cross-section of other leaders in politics, business, even religion. We start off with Chief White House correspondent John Roberts on the North Lawn tonight. Good evening, John.
Brett, good evening to you. President Trump today slammed the Paris Climate Accord as a bad deal for America, one that would give other countries an economic advantage over the United States, something he said as president he will not stand for.
In order to fulfill my solemn duty to protect America and its citizens, the United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
With the formality of the Rose Garden around him, President Trump today put the world and Congress on notice that the U.S. will only sign on to a deal that's good for America and good for American workers.
I'm willing to immediately work with Democratic leaders to either negotiate our way back into Paris under the terms that are fair to the United States and its workers, or to negotiate a new deal that protects our country and its taxpayers.
In a half-hour speech, President Trump outlined what he said would be the economic burden, expense, and job loss from staying in the Paris Accord. Reaction was swift. SpaceX Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who stands to gain from the subsidies contained in the Paris Agreement, resigned from White House advisory boards, tweeting, quote, "Am departing presidential councils. Climate change is real. Leaving Paris is not good for America or the world." House Speaker Paul Ryan, on the other hand, praised the move in a statement saying, quote, "I commend President Trump for fulfilling his commitment to the American people and withdrawing from this bad deal." In Europe, leaders with whom President Trump met just last week all but mocked him.
Das denkt Herr Trump.
The Americans can't just get out of the agreement. Mr. Trump thinks that because he does not get close enough to the dossiers to comprehensively understand them.
Among the nations urging President Trump not to abandon the accord, Russia. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov saying today, quote, "President Putin signed this convention in Paris. Russia attaches great significance to it." At the same time, the White House moved to mend some fences with Russia, setting plans to return 2 Russian compounds on Maryland's eastern shore and near Oyster Bay, Long Island. The Obama administration ordered Russia to vacate the palatial estates as retaliation for the email hacking scandal back in December. And for the first time today, Russian President Vladimir Putin acknowledged that Russian hackers, whom Putin described as, quote, patriots, may have tried to influence the U.S. election in Donald Trump's favor, though he insisted there was no official government involvement.
If they are patriots, they start to contribute their opinions in order to fight against those who speak ill about Russia. Theoretically, it's possible. We don't engage in that on a state level.
With his move on the climate accord, President Trump today seemed to invigorate a base that had grown weary of a White House besieged with daily scandals. And the president made no apology for pulling out of the Paris Accord, saying he was elected to represent people in places like Pittsburgh and not Paris. Brett?
John Roberts live on the North Lawn. John, thank you.